Before we proceed, Your Honor, and I received the...
Welcome to Verdict Watch, where even small-town courtrooms bring major drama. Today's case is about someone breaking their probation, but there's more to it: courtroom politics, family ties, and a bit of suspicion all mixed in.
Violation, just had a couple of minutes ago, but I did review that. The violation is he tested positive for alcohol on February 17th of 2025.
Okay.
In speaking with Mr. Lawson, he raised a concern, and I wish to bring it to the court's attention.
Okay.
He's asked me to ask this court, because of the court's close friendship, according to statements that were heard, with the victim's aunt. Okay, and the victim in this matter was
Mr. Lawson is back in court for a domestic violence case and might have broken his probation. Things are getting serious. Will this be a simple hearing or the beginning of a bigger legal problem? Let's see what happens.
Ms. Sheminsky, and when we were here last time, and I don't recall all of it, though I do recall the hearing we had, because he pled, and then there was a violation of probation because he violated, well, probation, or maybe he's bond. I think it was probation.
It was probation because your client was sentenced June 24th, and there was a probation violation hearing originally scheduled for September 5th. It was adjourned.
And there it is, accusations of unfairness. The defense just suggested that the judge is too close to the victim's aunt. In courtroom terms, that's like slamming the brakes in the middle of the hearing.
Your client pled not guilty. You set for a hearing for September 25th, at which time your client entered a plea of guilty, and the court continued his under advisement status and ordered 30 days on a GPS hooker.
Right.
And returned her residence or employment.
Right, and that was the violation. Didn't have anything to do with alcohol or anything like that.
Right. Right.
No, I just bring that up. And there was a point in time where the victim's aunts.
The victim and her dad were present in court.
Correct.
On the date of the probation violation hearing on the 25th of September.
Correct.
And so at that point is when I realized who the victim was.
Okay.
I did not know that any time prior to that.
Correct.
And I even stated on the record that I had not had any communication with her aunt regarding the matter or elsewhere. I didn't even know. I didn't put two and two together until I saw her dad, and I recognized her dad because I haven't even had a conversation with him either.
Yeah, now this is coming back to me.
Yes.
And at that point in time, we then proceeded. The violation was because he had dropped some.
He went to her
employment.
Right. And your client had indicated, both you and your client had indicated that there was no problem with continuing.
Right. Yeah, I do. Well, I've now discussed that. It was brought up to my attention at this point in time of that occurring. And at this time, I think that Mr. Lawson would ask you to disqualify yourself because of that friendship. He feels that he needs to ask you to disqualify yourself. He was quite honest to put on the record the last time for those circumstances.
Okay. And so, sir, do you think the court cannot be fair and unbiased?
I would like to just have a different judge for that. Yes, I don't want to think that in the back of my head that it's unfair or unbiased.
Okay. Do you feel as though anything's been unfair or unbiased, or unfair or biased along the way?
Once I found out that you have relations with the family, which was at the end of the session, yes, I was feeling like I don't feel comfortable with this anymore.
Okay, but let me just clarify. I don't have a relationship with the whole family of the victim in this matter. I'm just trying to clarify this. I am good friends with her aunt, who we don't talk on a regular basis.
Let's take a moment. This doesn't happen often. The defendant is personally asking the judge to step aside, which is a rare move. But when your freedom is at risk, you try everything you can.
I don't really have time talk to people on a regular basis outside of work. However, we did not discuss the case at all. And like I stated, had there been discussion of that, and then I would have already known 2 and 2 together, and I would have had any discussion regarding the matter, I would have certainly disqualified myself. And like I stated, I didn't realize until I saw the aunt or the uncle, her dad in the courtroom, that there was the connection. That's how much it wasn't even discussed. So, but if you think this court cannot be fair and unbiased, then okay, I can disqualify myself and send it to another court.
Thank you for that, Your Honor.
I disagree with that. I think that I can be fair and unbiased, but
I understand,
if
Your Honor.
Mr. Lawson feels as though the court cannot be fair and unbiased, and just so you're aware, sir, in smaller towns, there's a lot of people know a lot of people, and know individuals. And in fact, there was some discussion at our new judge school. Please remove your hands from your pockets. Thank you. Regarding that, and the expectation is that one is elected to serve in the community within which they live, and that there's going to be individuals that you know or acquaintances with, or through the 5th degree or something, who knows, that as long as you disclose it, right, then there you go. So that's why I disclosed it, because again, I didn't know, I recognized him, right, the father, but I also wanted to disclose that because I recognized her father. That's how had he not come into court, I probably wouldn't have even put the 2 together. That's how often I've seen the victim in this matter. So,
Your Honor, I understand the court's position clearly. This is what has been requested by me.
Small towns come with big challenges. It's common for judges to know the victim's family, but being open about it is important. This judge did share that connection, but is that enough to keep things fair, or does it still look too biased?
From Mr. Lawson. And appreciate your honesty and candor, Your Honor.
okay. And the court will also note that specifically for this allegation of a violation, that any information regarding the victim in this matter is, I don't want to say irrelevant, but it's not an issue here in this. And the court will also note that Mr. Lawson entered a plea of guilty. This court didn't take testimony on anything before he entered a plea of guilty on the probation violation on September 25th. So I'm just making a record regarding that. All right, so sir, we will process the paperwork, and I would say within the next week or so, you should have your next date. If you were to test today, sir, what is in your system?
Nothing in my system.
There's
nothing in my system. There's nothing in my system.
Okay. All right, continue with your probation conditions, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At this point in time, Your Honor.
So here's how it works. Even though the court disqualifies itself, our probation department still is a supervisory person for your probation. I don't know why it does. I don't know why.
I understand that, Your Honor. So these proceedings today are a request to disqualify, which is granted. So we haven't put a plea on the record one way or the other.
Correct.
That's all I want to know.
Correct. I'm not even arraigning him on the probation violation. I'm not doing any of that.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The lawyers are here. Justice is still in the room. Now they're discussing the person who handled Lawson's bond. He's getting a new court, a new judge, maybe even a fresh chance at fair treatment. Remember that.
The probation
And
department
counsel
still
here,
holds the
justice is
reins,
still present, and
so don't get too comfortable. Nick,
we're talking about bond. You're asking for a personal bond.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, this was an isolated incident. She's, as I said, 45 years old. She's married. She has number of adult children. She's gainfully employed and at Carhartt. She's been there about 6 years. She's been a resident of Wyandotte for, 13 years, and her husband here, present in court as well. She's not on probation. She's not on parole. This was an incident that there was an anonymous call. The police arrived. They had a conversation. There had been some alcohol involved in this. Justice will be turning 45 actually on the 8th. She and her husband were out celebrating, got a ride home from another individual, so they would not be
That's too cold.
with drinking and driving. And one thing led to another. It appears there may have been some sort of an argument, but there was nothing physical. The police
Well,
arrived.
maybe not with her husband,
No,
but then it's alleged
Your Honor,
that
I
she kicked,
understand that, and that's
that she
why.
kicked officers.
I understand, Your Honor. That's the allegations. She was detained. We've discussed her alcohol intake, and it's for those reasons, Your Honor, we're addressing this issue.
Ma'am, what happened with your matter in this court in 2023?
That was Branch County.
No.
2023.
It was not 2023, Wyandotte.
Public, I'm sorry.
Sexual. Can you hear what I'm saying or no?
Yes,
Can you hear us, Judge?
Yes. Assault excluding sexual, misdemeanor, public peace. So you had 2 charges in August of 23 in Wyandotte. What happened with those?
nothing.
Nothing?
No,
You were charged.
it was dropped.
It was dropped. Was alcohol involved at that time as well?
Yes, it was. I'm putting myself into alcohol counseling. I'm not a drinker.
What does that mean to you, ma'am? You're putting yourself into alcohol counseling. What does that mean to you?
I just want to make myself better. I'm not a drinker, but sometimes I guess when I drink liquor, I black out. That's why I don't drink.
Are you on any other jurisdiction, ma'am?
No.
Okay. The court's going to order, based upon the nature of the charges and the allegations, the court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond. Are you able to post $500, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. Her husband is here. He indicates that can be done.
All right. And then the court's going to also order that you're not to be released without an alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail.
Your Honor, could we do that through?
No, because in the event your client does not follow through with that, or she violates that, then she'll be immediately arrested. So the court's going to order the alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail.
I know.
I just so you know, I had somebody that was in
No, I
there that
understand.
had it in just a couple days.
Pardon?
There was somebody that was just here recently that had it in just a couple days, and that was over the weekend even.
I understand,
So
Your
they're
Honor.
moving pretty quick.
I understand, Your Honor. Her husband is here today. We can take care of all that. We're just asking so she can get out and get into her treatment program.
No, I understand. The other option is we can have her tethered to treatment.
But then that would affect the employment term. And she is working full time.
I understand.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to do the alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to you.